So somebody asked me, hey, I still don't understand why you say that the plasma TV at 60 Hz, 60 FPS looks like 240. And I will explain you why. So the simple and the short answer is, you open the UFO test, you change the speed of the UFO test to 240 pixels per second, and you will see that it looks like this, perfectly clear. So that means 1 pixel of motion blur. That means that the persistence of the plasma TV is 4 milliseconds, okay? And that 4 milliseconds is equivalent to 240 Hertz. So the Blurbusters law tells you what is the minimum motion blur that any display can have, okay? Before we introduce other motion blur factors like gray to gray, the responsiveness of the pixels, which the plasma, at least the one that I have, suffers a lot. So after you increase the speed from 240 pixels per second and beyond, the motion breaks, and very badly. So, and because of that, the LGC1, even at 120 Hertz, when we are moving faster than 240, let's say we move at 360 or 480, they look very similar, and even the LGC1 might look even better. And it's because when you go too fast on the plasma TV, there are other limitations that are not persistence. But at 240 Hertz, the plasma looks fantastic, and I will explain you why. What's going on with the plasma technology? Why is that the case? How can the plasma TV have 4 milliseconds of persistence? So here's what the plasma TV is doing. The plasma TV is flashing the entire screen. So instead of drawing the pixels, instead of drawing the picture left to right, top to bottom, the plasma TV is flashing the entire screen. So it's like doing like this, boom, 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 boom. And what it's doing at 60 Hertz is, for each frame, it is flashing 10 times. They call that the subfield drive, okay? And what the plasma TV does is dithering. So dithering, in my short understanding, is basically a combination of colors. So you have one color, a different color, a different color, and what we perceive is the result of that. So the plasma uses dithering. So this is what the plasma TV does. It does 10 flashes for each refresh. So we have 60 frames, and we have 10 flashes for each of those frames. So out of those 10 flashes, we have 2 or 3 of those flashes that are going to be bigger than the rest of them. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 or 3 of those flashes are a lot bigger than the rest of them. And as a consequence, the pixel visibility time, the persistence, is reduced, greatly reduced, because we are going to perceive this, and this is gonna be more like dark, closer to black, okay? That's why the plasma TV improves the motion clarity. So now, if we calculate what's going on here, so what's going on here is that the persistence is being reduced to 20 or 30%. So if we average 20 and 30, so if we do 20 plus 30, and we divide that by 2, that's 25%, okay? So how much is 25% of 16.6 milliseconds? So at 60 Hertz, 60 FPS, we have 60 images in 1 second. So if we divide 1, we divide that by 60, we get this result. So we multiply that by 1000, and we get this result in milliseconds, okay? So this will be the result in second. We get it in milliseconds by multiplying by 1000. So then the 25% of 16.6 is about, I'm gonna have this an approximation, is about 4 milliseconds, okay? That's why the persistence of the plasma TV is 4 milliseconds, because the plasma TV is flashing 10 times for each frame. And out of those 10 times, 2 are a lot brighter, 2 or 3 are a lot brighter than the rest of them. So now, one thing that I was thinking about, and this is like a rough understanding. This is not like a deep understanding, okay? This is just a good idea, let's say. So one thing I was thinking about is, well, we also have black, because flashing by definition is going from light to dark. That's what flashing is. So we are flashing, we're going black picture, black picture, black picture. That's flashing. So I was thinking maybe all this black space, so let's say we have, if we have a flash here, then we're going to have a black space. We have another flash, then we have another black space, another flash, another black space. So I was thinking maybe all these black spaces are adding up. And I don't think that is the thing improving the motion clarity. The reason is, by analyzing the oscilloscope graph of the black frame insertion on the LG C1, and I was talking about the OLED Motion Pro medium not working at 60 Hertz, and the reason why it is working but it doesn't improve the motion clarity, and the reason why it doesn't improve the motion clarity is because instead of doing this kind of wave, it's doing it 2 times. So it's basically doing this, going down to black, and then doing this again and going down to black for each frame. And the problem with doing this is, even when you have these 2 black periods, you are repeating the same frame 2 times, and that doesn't improve the motion clarity. So if we do this a lot of times, so basically if we are repeating the same frame multiple times, it doesn't matter that we have this black periods, that is not going to improve the motion clarity, because we are repeating the same frame. So what I'm talking about here, what I'm trying to say is that I don't believe that all the black periods that we have on the plasma TV, so in between the flashes, I don't believe that those black periods are improving the motion clarity. I believe that what is improving the motion clarity is that we have 2 of these 10 flashes, 2 or 3, that are significantly brighter than the rest of them. And another thing that I want to comment, and by the way, this idea comes from the chief of Blurbusters. These are not his words, okay? I am not quoting him. This is my understanding from what he explained me, okay? I was in contact with him. He was also in the comment section of some of my videos because I was talking about the Blurbusters law. So I also want to comment that he told me that the plasma TV, if we reduce the brightness of the TV, the motion clarity improves. But it is not worth it because the plasma TV is very dim. The plasma TVs are supposed to struggle to hit 100 nits full screen. My plasma TV looks very bright. It's surprising. It's just amazing on SDR. But he told me if you reduce the brightness of the plasma TV in half, you get a little bit more motion clarity, and you get more motion clarity on the darkness, basically. So yeah, he told me that. So that's another component of it. And I am also excited to be able to record the plasma TV at 960 frames per second. So I pre-ordered the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and it has recording at 960 frames per second at 720p. So that's great because we have 10 flashes for each refresh. So we have 10 multiplying by 60, so that is 600 flashes in 1 second. So if I can record 960 frames in 1 second, I should be able to see not flash black, because then I would need like 1200, but I'm gonna be able to see, I should be able to see all the different frames and the dithering, not the dithering, but yeah, the different images that the plasma produces. I think it's gonna be very interesting because I would like to see the entire screen flashing. And when I record with my camera with a shutter speed of 1/8000, I don't see that. And I haven't showed that on a video because I think it is not explaining what is going on. It actually looks like if the plasma was refreshing up and down, which is not based on what I know. So I am excited to be able to record the plasma at 960 frames per second. And of course I will record the LGC1 too, the black frame insertion. And I think we should be able to see the window size and see how big it is, because it's 960 frames per second. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I pre-ordered the S23 Ultra because it has, so the regular S23 and the S23 Plus, they have the same camera that can record same 960 pixels per second, frames per second. But I ordered the Ultra because it has a bigger sensor. So a bigger sensor gives you better low light performance. And yeah, I wanted to have a good camera on the go because yeah, I'm also planning to do other videos going outside. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. This is a very, very deep topic to explain, and I might do a summary or try to condense the Blurbuster's law again, because this is not easy to understand. This is not easy to understand. I read the Blurbuster's law, which I strongly recommend you. This is the most interesting article. Well, I don't have it open here. Oh yeah, it's this one. So this is the most interesting article in the entire internet if you care about gaming and display technologies for gaming. In my opinion, there's nothing better than this article, but it is extremely difficult to understand, at least for me. The first time that I read this article, I didn't understand that. I make a video about it. I made like 5 videos about the Blurbuster's law. And the chief of Blurbuster's law reached out to me on the videos and then through emails, and he answered my questions, so I finally understand the Blurbuster's law. So this is not easy to understand. So I'm gonna try to do another video trying to make a summary, make it as easy as possible to understand. Motion clarity. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions.